Go and look it up. They be beefing, they be saying to each other, be stealing jokes and all of this stuff, bro. They have the same issues, man. It ain't no different.
But we're not saying that they don't, Anton.
And I should have been bigger than this one. It's the same thing, man.
We're not saying that they don't have beefs in other races. No, not at all. We're saying regarding the Black community as a whole, we have more beefing with each other. Women hating women, Black women hating Black men hating Black men. Black on Black crime is higher than other races. So it's like, imagine if we all came together, how powerful the Black community can actually be.
I'm not coming together with anything just based off of race.
We know that, but that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about solidarity between races. I'm not talking about that's the topic we're talking about. Not that you're gonna actually do.
I'm not having any solidarity with anybody based off of race. I don't want to align myself with anybody just because it's something you can't control. I don't care about race. I care about character. And if you just so happen to be a good person and you Black, I fuck with you. And if you happen to be a good person and you white, I fuck with you. I'm not rocking with nobody based off of race. I'm not doing that.
So, Anton, do you think somebody could be like fucked up mentally because of their circumstances?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people fucked up because of their circumstance. But that don't mean that I'm still gonna rock with you. Fix your fucking circumstance. Really? And then we gonna have a conversation.
I think when it comes to culture, beefing is not a huge characteristic until it centers around Black people, right? In hip hop, we're known to beef. Tupac, East Coast, West. We even had coasts beefing with each other. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then now the Black comedians. The black comedian beef got so bad. Shannon Sharp got caught in the crossfire because of his tight pants. We stopped talking about the comedian and we started talking about Shannon Sharp tight pants.
And who's in the comments, Black folks?
But I think it's also because we base a lot of what we are off of what we see, and what we see is the entertainment industry. It's comedy, it's sports, it's music. There are so many other industries.
But guess what?
But there's so many there's so many other industries in existence that Black people are in, and they're doing very productive things. But we are like, we think everything is based off of what we see on the Shade Room or on our YouTube algorithm, and it's so much bigger than that for us. Like, it's so much bigger.
You know what's so funny about that, Carrie?
What's that?
You know what's so funny about that, Carrie? And I tell people this all the time. We think our shit is so popular. Man, listen. The biggest Katt Williams.
Everybody want to be Black.
The biggest Katt Williams video for Shannon Sharp don't even fucking touch what's happening out here on YouTube and in the internet and the type of views that they get on other platforms with other cultures. Yeah. When you look at the Mr. Beasts, when you look at the Jake Pauls, when you look at all of these motherfuckers, it's popular to us. That shit ain't touching what it is that's really happening. Look, one of the things that I practice doing is I go on YouTube and I go, what's trending? And it changes every single day. It ain't based off of what it is that we fucking doing. That's big to us. And so we make it seem like, oh my God, it's so huge. It's not in the scope of what is really popping on YouTube in a general sense. Like, as great as that was, and it did big numbers, and I cannot take anything away from Shannon Sharp. I think that he's a phenomenal content creator. It doesn't touch the things that other people. Shannon Sharp is not a fucking Marquise Brownlee. And guess who supports Marquise Brownlee? It ain't the majority of Black people. It's not Black people. Marquise Brownlee is one of the biggest Black content creators of YouTube in general. And
wait, who's supporting him?
Marquise Brownlee.
And you said he's the biggest?
He's a tech guy.
He's one of the biggest Black content creators on YouTube. And no Black people talk about him.
He's like Apple stuff, right?
You're proving me right then.
He does all. He does Android.
What I'm saying is, I'm saying that he appeals to everybody. And the fact that he's Black has nothing to do with his loyalty or the base that supports him. It has nothing to do with that. And so what we have to do is step outside of this small little version of YouTube and expand our horizons, and that'll open up our mind to what is really happening, and we'll see things differently instead of being based off of this small segment of what then blows up to us. It's not relevant to the rest of the world. Nobody gives a fuck.
I mean, true, Anton, but you just said it yourself. This black techie is not getting supported by black people. But no, I bet you, no. But I bet you there's black people that are
from black people. I'm saying that more other people support him, which is also one of the reasons why he's more popular. Listen, we only make up 13.6% of the population.
Okay, but okay, Anton. Okay, but I bet you the black people are supporting white techies more than they are supporting black techies.
No, they're not.
My husband watches that guy.
He's the biggest tech reviewer. He's the biggest.
No, I get that, but you just said black people aren't tuning into him. So who?
No, I said that the majority of the people that are tuning into him are not black.
I don't think black people like.
It's a difference. I'm not saying that black people aren't tuning into him. What I'm saying is that he's tapped into a bigger audience than just black people, which has also made him popular. And what I'm saying is we are so focused on the beef sector instead of being focused on the bigger picture. And you can tap it. It's one of the reasons why I say don't label yourself a black-owned business. Because he doesn't list himself as a black content creator. He's just a content creator that just so happens to be black and is phenomenal at what he does. And what I'm saying is it's not about supporting each other. It's about being great at what you do. And you're going to draw audiences from all spheres that rock with you if you're great. Instead of just saying black people support. That shit is not, it's not the move.
Well, it is true. In order to break through to a certain financial threshold, you're not going to just do it catering to black people. That's just doing the math. You just got to do the math on that, right?
But Freezy, you're right, because not a lot of black people will support you. So that's why you got to go outside the spectrum.
Also, what Anton is saying, it's just like in order to compete, right? You're not going to be able to compete with a lot of other platforms like Marquise Brownlee. Let's say he's a techie, right? He wouldn't be able to compete with other large platforms if he was just targeting black support. Not because they wouldn't support him, because just is not enough people. I think Anton is speaking to the numbers aspect, though.
No, I think it's really because he wouldn't isolate himself away from other people by just labeling himself. Tech reviewers are tech reviewers. Nobody says I'm a white tech reviewer. I'm a white only tech reviewer. I'm a Mexican only. Yeah, nobody says that. We the only people that label ourselves.
Right, but Anton, if he did say that, he would coco himself, right? He would limit himself.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But anybody would.
Right, I'm agreeing with you. I think what you and Island Girl Q have a different argument. I think what Q is saying is that if he was a techie and there was a white techie, I think what Island Girl Q was saying, black people in general specifically would support a white techie on YouTube before they support a black techie. That's what she's saying.
What I see happening is once you get to a certain level, people want to force you to pick a side. They want you to say, hey, no, I'm a black tech reviewer, instead of saying I'm a tech reviewer. They force you to pick a side. That's one of the things that I face on a regular basis. People always say, but Anton, who supports you? Bitch, I didn't ask you to come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. You come over here because I give great information and I'm a fucking phenomenal entertainer. You don't fuck with me just because I'm black. There's plenty of other people you can go and fuck with. You fuck with me because you know we good at what we do. And I'm not going to isolate myself or separate myself from people, again, based off of something that you can't even control. You don't even know why you was born the way you was born. That ain't even have nothing to do with you. I rock with people based off of who rock with me. Flat out. And on all of my some of my meetups, be some of the whitest of the white motherfuckers that be at the meetups. Hey, Anton, what's up? Be right there amongst the black people. New York.
Why who is that voice though?
Because that's how you
got offended.
it be Asian people be coming
I've
to
heard
me.
that shit before. I'm like,
Hey, Ton. I'm like, what up, big dog?
Or they be like Antoine. I'm like, wait, where do y'all see the W in his name?
I'm not isolating myself against people. They fuck with me just like everybody else.
Anton, we're not talking about that. I think we're talking about two different points. I stand on what you said. I rock with people no matter what their race is, right? I don't care what your race is. You can be from an alien. What's your character like? But in today's society, seeing how people move, seeing who rocks with who, I see more black on black people hating than white on white people. And that's been going for years, even in working in corporate America, right? I see more white people hating white people. So it's not about, granted, I stand for whoever, but yeah, I think we're talking about.
I can't discount your experience, right? You know, it's what it is.